Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Lacrosse Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Shawn Nadelen. And Coach, a non-eventful weekend for you as the Tigers game against Hofstra was canceled. When did you find out? And, what was going through your mind when you got the word? Other sports have been hit. You're hit for the first time.
Well, regardless if we have a game or not over the weekend, Spiro, it's always eventful for me. I got, 53 guys I got to worry about and 3 youngsters at home and stuff. So, my weekends are always eventful one way or the other. We found out Friday morning from Trisha Brandenburg, who had been in touch with the Hofstra people and everything. So we found out, I want to say roughly, 9:30, 10 o'clock Friday morning. Ended up telling we had film a little bit after that. So we had the guys in the film room and then told them there, between finding out and telling our guys probably around 10:30, we were scrambling to possibly look at potential opponents that we could play, probably as early as Sunday, things like that. And it just didn't look like it'd be, feasible and, make sense to do anything rushed there. So decided to just, practice on Saturday and then have a good up tempo practice, simulating game type stuff. So our guys took it pretty well. We've been communicating it all year in regards to, things are going to pop up that, we can expect, we expected something like this to happen, just don't know when.
So the game's been rescheduled for April the 13th, correct?
Correct. Yep. April 13th.
Now, for those of us who are not there every day and with your team, what changes have been made for them? In other words, what can your players do and what can they not do in their day-to-day lives?
They really keep to, we keep to ourselves as a team, keep to themselves. Kind of our party line for our program is no one goes out and no one from the outside comes in. We're doing our best to manage that. So, we're asking our guys not to go, out to any restaurants or any public places, that isn't like a necessity, like, going grocery shopping or, something like that you need to get, food or something there.
What about visiting mom? What about visiting mom and dad or something like that?
If they're locals or if their parents are in town, it's hard for us to say don't do that. But if they do, we're asking for everybody to be masked, continue to keep social distancing measures, and when it was colder, it'd most likely be inside, and still is a little cold, but if you're going to be inside, not to be inside too long around each other. It's not that we don't think their parents are being cautious, but really just trying to control what our players are doing and the environments they're around as best they can. So it's really limiting. The guys are limited in their outside interactions and whereabouts. And then the good thing is that they're spending more time with each other, which isn't a bad thing. Obviously, I think it helps strengthen us as a program. So there's a good piece to it in that regard overall. So it's definitely been challenging for them, and I give our program and our guys so much credit for really doing it day to day and understanding why it's important and holding themselves and each other accountable. And the fact that the virus is still very much alive and present, we continue to emphasize that, and the guys are doing a great job with it.
I can tell you from personal experience, you can be as careful as you want and it still won't make a difference sometimes. But anyway, let's move on. This week, Delaware, a team that lost to the Mount in week 1, but they did not have Mike Robinson, Ty Kurtz, and Charlie Kitchen, their 3 leading scorers in that game. Since then, they've won 4 in a row and have scored 50 goals in their last 3 games. So this is a team that you're going to face that's popped into the top 20, and they're on fire right now.
Yeah, offensively, they're one of the more dangerous teams out there. with a real seasoned veteran guy like Charlie Kitchen quarterbacking it all. And then you got, some really strong guys around them. Kurt's just been there a little bit. Robinson's, really coming onto the scene, plus a pretty dynamic midfield group. So I think offensively they got a lot of weapons, and they're dynamic and different. They're not all, the same type of player. So it helps balance them out offensively, which, puts pressure on teams. And, by them scoring, quite a few goals, obviously it puts, puts teams, on the defensive, and they have to, work hard there, and allows their defense, to be able to play with a little bit of a cushion. So it's, there's no doubt they got a high powered offense.
They have struggled at the faceoff circle. You guys are coming off your best game of the year in faceoffs. That's something you can try to exploit, obviously, on Saturday afternoon.
Sure, we want to keep getting better there. Absolutely. We can't just take one good game and think that that's enough. We got to keep improving, keep getting better. Obviously, this is, it's always a battle with Delaware, from the start, and that start is at the faceoff X. So if we can do our part there and gain advantage and gain possession, obviously that creates more opportunities for us. We got to capitalize on those, but it also, keeps the ball away from their offensive personnel as well.
Now, I'm assuming they're a team that wants to go up and down the field. What can you do to try to dictate the tempo to the way you want to play?
Well, we just got to value our possessions, and be smart there and capitalize when we do have the ball, being able to score goals, or, if we do have, the goalie makes a nice save, or we have a turnover. We gotta be able to match up, get into a hole, and be able to play good, tough defense with our midfielders there, and make sure our close defense is talking to those middies, and we're getting organized and, helping each other out. And, it's no different than, kind of what we've seen so far, playing against some teams like, Virginia and Duke that'll push the tempo on you as well. We got to do a good job, which we didn't do a great job against Drexel in that regard, and we got lucky on a few, but we got to pay attention to that with their transition.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for your time, and hopefully next week we'll have a game to talk about.
Absolutely.
To be talked about.
Exactly. Sounds
All
good,
right,
Spiro.
Coach. Thank you.